The test of Jesus Christ. David was an honest and religious man. Since childhood, he had deep faith in Jesus Christ. He attended church every Sunday, helped the needy, and prayed with his family. But lately, his life had been filled with many hardships. He worked at a small company, but due to an economic downturn, he was laid off. His savings were almost gone, and he had the responsibility of his wife and 2 young children. David thought, "I have always been honest and helped others, so why is this happening to me?" He prayed and said, "Lord Jesus, show me the way. I am your faithful servant, and I trust that you will help me." David started looking for a job. He gave interviews at several companies, but he faced rejection everywhere. One day, he met his old friend Steve, who now held a high position in a big company. Steve said, "David, I have a good job for you in my company, but the rules here are a bit different. You might have to lie sometimes and manipulate things a little. If you agree, I can get you hired immediately." David was conflicted. He was running out of money. He had to pay rent, and his children's school fees were due. But could he abandon his faith and the teachings of Jesus? He took a deep breath and replied, "No, Steve. I cannot take a job based on lies. I trust Jesus. He will show me another way." Steve laughed and said, "In today's world, honesty won't get you anywhere. When your children are starving, God won't come and feed them." David walked away disappointed, but did not lose faith. A few days later, his wife Lucy said, "David, we only have food left for 1 more week. We need to do something soon." David prayed even harder. That same evening, he received another job offer. It was a good opportunity, but the salary was very low. He thought, "If I take this job, we might not survive comfortably." Then he remembered a verse from the Bible, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding." David accepted the job, knowing that the pay was low, but it was honest work. One evening, while returning from work, he stopped outside the church and prayed, "Lord, have I made the right decision? I don't see your signs." Just then, a stranger approached him and said, "Brother, can you help me? I am starving." David had only $5 left, but he gave the money to the man without hesitation. The man thanked him and walked away. Moments later, the church pastor arrived and said, "David, we have heard about you. The church is starting a new community project, and we need an honest person to manage it. Would you be interested?" David was astonished. This job was not only stable, but also allowed him to help others. He immediately said yes. A few months later, David and his family were in a much better situation. His children were back in good schools, and his wife also got a decent job. That's when he realized that Jesus had been testing him all along. If he had accepted the first offer and taken a dishonest job, he might have been successful, but his soul would have been restless. But because he trusted Jesus, he was ultimately rewarded with a better and more fulfilling life. Moral of the story 1. God always helps us, but he tests us first. 2. Never abandon honesty and truth, even in difficult times, because God's plans are greater than ours. 3. We are given many choices in life, but the right path is always the one that aligns with faith and morality. 4. Jesus does not come directly to save us, but he places opportunities before us. We must recognize them and make the right decisions. If you liked this story, please like, subscribe, and share my channel, G4 Creation, for more motivational and inspiring content. Your support helps spread positivity and faith.